All right, Taylor, we're good to go? All right, Angela, can we see everybody out there? Good, very good. Hello, folks. This is Ryder Warren, Superintendent of the School District. Great to see everybody. Guys, if you're going to do this live with us, thank you for taking the time to do that. We really do like doing these things. And if you're going to download it later, thank you for taking the time to do that. And guys, it's, for the love of corn, it's crazy that we're already giving you our mid-year update. The school year's flying by. With all the craziness in the world right now, the year is flying by. And of course, I'll give you an update about the Superintendent Search. This is our last year, and it just seems like we're taking two breaths and we're already at Christmas. But be very, very proud of your children. Be very proud of our teachers and staff and of all of our families. Guys, y'all are doing such a great job this school year. Again, kind of a crazy world we're still living in, but we're rolling with it. And that's probably what I am most proud of this first semester of school. Our kids are improvising and adapting, so is staff, so are our families whenever we need to, and could not be more proud of the effort. So this is not going to be a huge update for you guys. I mean, I've got my PowerPoint, and I've got Angela Scott is here, and she's going to be watching your questions. Michael Griffin, our Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, is here to help me out if need be. Taylor and Jeremy Raw are here working all the cameras. Now, I've got a PowerPoint for you. Jeremy just told me that they've had a little bit of technical difficulty sometimes today. If the slides freeze or anything, I'll improvise and they'll get it running back in there. But hopefully, we'll just slide right through. So I've got a PowerPoint that I'll do for you, kind of an update, just kind of show you some highlights of the school year thus far. And I will give you, not yet, Jeremy. I'm still talking to people. There you go. I will give you an update of the school year, and then a couple of updates of what we're dealing with, some issues that we're dealing with. Then, as we always do, we'll come back to me, and then if you have any questions out there, I'll do my very best, and we'll do our very best to answer those. And then we'll just have some parting comments. All right, so let's go to the PowerPoint. Jeremy, thank you. All right, so from just some first semester highlights, guys. Very, very proud to have opened Berkshire Elementary School this school year. The families, the staff, the students are doing an outstanding job. Took us a couple of days to understand the traffic patterns, Michael. But other than that, we've done a great job of opening our new elementary school. And there, guys, on your right, you're seeing the Aquatic Center. This is the first year, the full year of the operations of the Aquatic Center. Folks, that facility has almost become 24/7. We have people in there every day of the week. We've got our kids in there. We've got our swim teams and divers in there. We have we're doing, as you can see in that picture, we're doing water safety classes and swimming lessons for our younger ones. We have club teams coming in, club swim teams. We have adult swim time. We've got folks coming in from our Texas Health partnership who are coming in and doing rehab. So we really do appreciate the support of building that aquatic center, because it really has become everything that we wanted it to be. All right, we are in the business of academic excellence, and folks, look at that slide. We have had a phenomenal first half of our year of our kids being recognized for their academic journeys through the school year. 63 NISD students have earned National College Board recognition, and then you see our three there on the right side. Caleb, Jake, and Justin have been named National Merit semifinalists and are waiting on the next phase of that. So could not be more proud of this group. And like I said, the efforts in our classrooms have been phenomenal this semester, and I truly appreciate that. 358, and folks, we have always been so proud of our fine arts programs. But look at that number, 358 middle school students and high school students have been selected this first semester for all-region band, choir, and orchestra. These are all 6 of our middle schools, all 3 of our comprehensive high schools. 358 kids were selected because of their talent, because of their commitment to their programs, have been selected for all-region band, choir, and orchestra. Could not be more proud of them. We've had athletically, we've had a phenomenal first semester for our fall sports right now. All three football teams made it into the playoffs with Byron Nelson going about 3 games in. Could not be more proud of those guys. Eaton and Northwest volleyball teams both made the playoffs, with the Eaton volleyball team going 3 or 4 games in. Eaton girls cross country, and then both cross country teams, boys and girls at Byron Nelson, made it to the state meet. So very proud of our athletic programs as well. A couple of another recognitions that we had. Beck Elementary School has been named the U.S. News Best Elementary School Award. Cannot say enough about all of our elementary schools, but Beck was recognized for that. And they do those of you who go to Beck, you know how great job they do over there. So kudos to our children, our teachers, our staff over there. And then as a school district, and this is from our financial endeavors, we have actually been awarded the Texas Comptroller Transparency Star Award, and that's just from making sure that we are as transparent. We understand that every dime that we spend is taxpayer money, and we try to do a wonderful job doing that, and we actually were awarded for that, for being transparent in that spending. All right, so those are the kudos, those are the congratulations to all of our students, all of our staff for a great first semester. Let me give you a couple of updates. And guys, I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on this one because we don't get surprised very often in our school district, even being the dynamic district that we are in the growth. We don't get surprised very often about our growth expectations because we do such a good job tracking it. But guys, those of you who may have already watched the video of our Monday night board meeting, we had our normal December board meeting this last Monday night. And we received our next demographic report. And in ISD, we have a demographer we've worked with for years and years and years. And Northwest ISD, we don't get yearly demographic reports because we grow so quickly, we get quarterly. Every quarter, the demographers come to board meetings, and the board and staff it's reported to us, what the current enrollments are and what it's projected to be. Okay, so let's start with this one. Guys, we built our budget and we staffed our buildings for about 26,000 kids. That was going to be about 1,000 more kids than we had last year. And so when we were, and that's what our normal growth is, folks. We grow about 1,000 to 1,100 students a year, and that's what we have been doing for a long time. So we balanced our budget for about 26,000 kids. Before I leave for my weekend every Friday, I always check our numbers. So as of this last Friday, December the 10th, we have that many kids. 27,703 students are enrolled right now. Guys, we're gaining almost 100 kids a week right now, and that's phenomenal. We are very, very excited about that, but that is so far exceeds what our projections were, and that's a great challenge to have. I just want to make sure, and I'm going to go through some slides for you to make sure you realize what this means to us, because we don't think this is going to slow down. In fact, we think by the end of this school year, we'll have more than 28,000 kids. So we will have grown more than 2,000 kids in one school year. And we feel, taking from what the demographers feel, we feel this is going to be the new normal. All right. So if you look at that slide, there's an outline of our school district. All those weird little shapes in there, the green and yellow shapes, those are subdivisions. Those are building projects, home divisions either being built right now, they're turning dirt right now, or they're being planned on it, okay? So we've been a fast growth district for more than 20 years, and we understand that, and we always plan for that. But here is what was first reported to our Board of Trustees this last Monday night. We are now the #1 fastest growing school district in North Texas, in the entire Metroplex. And we've always hovered. We've been second, we've been third, we've gone down to fifth. We've kind of gone all over the place. We've never been the fastest growing in North Texas. We are now. If you look at that chart right there, the chart on the screen right now, if you look at the comparison, and we put the top 5 districts up there, Denton, Prosper, Forney, Frisco, all of our neighbors. Look at those annual home starts. We're more now than 4,300 new home starts a year, more than 3,300 closing on homes a year, meaning that. And then you look at how many the inventory is, look at the very right hand of this spreadsheet, right side of the spreadsheet. Look at how many future development the lots that could be under development until we're built out. 42,000, almost 43,000 are future lots that could be filled in that. So that just means we have years and years of growth, which we knew that. Folks, we just didn't, this is a new thing for us to grow faster than we had even projected. So look at this sheet. Projected student growth has now doubled for the next 5 years. If you've listened to me, we passed a bond in 2021, we passed a bond in 2017, and we always give you the projected number of kids that we have, and it's always been about 5,000 kids every 5 years. All right. So in 2020, our projections were we were going to have about 5,200 kids, additional kids, in the next 5 years, and that's what we were planning on. These new numbers, because so many families now are moving in, so many families are coming in and building new homes, that has pretty much doubled. Today, we are now projecting that we will have more than 10,000 new kids in the next 5 years. So we have gone now to having almost more than 37,000 kids in the entire district in the next 5 years. And we're approaching 50,000 kids, and that will put us in a very big school category, a big school district category when we're talking about the next 10 years having between 45 and 50,000 students. So again, if we thought this was just an anomaly, guys, we would tell you so, but all indications right now is this is going to continue, and so we've got to make plans for it. So planning for the surge and what our Northwest ISD Board of Trustees and the administration is going to do, we are adjusting our plans. We're making sure that we have everything in place for the kids that are coming in. The first thing we've got to do, we have gone through a period of even reducing some staff because of budgetary issues. Guys, I am very happy to report, and this was another report to the board. Financially, we are in very strong shape, and we are in very strong shape to handle this surge in student enrollment because we made some really good decisions over the last couple of years. I went through a lot of PowerPoints, and I went through a lot of Facebook Lives telling you how the new school finance system did not help Northwest ISD. Well, now we're to a point because of the decisions we made on our spending habits, and because now we have the surge of kids, we are in really good shape financially. And so we're going to make sure, and we're going to start early in the spring, and Dr. Griffin is going to be watching classrooms, and she's going to be watching every classroom in the entire district to make sure we understand how many new kids are going to be in there, and to make sure that we are adjusting our staff needs and hiring those additional staff members to come in to serve our kids. And we're going to be monitoring those hot spots. Even before we knew statistically that we had such a surge, we knew that we had some hot spots. Hazlet Elementary School is the best example of that, because even in the numbers that we had planned, and we had planned high for Hazlet Elementary School, and we completely blew the roof. Student enrollment completely blew the roof off of Hazlet. We had so many new kids coming into there, so we're making plans to make sure we're doing that. We are re-engaging and keeping our long-range planning committee engaged. If you are new to the community, or if you've been in the community a while and you want to be a part of this analysis and part of the long-range planning committee, please call us. We are always looking for new members of our public, of our community, of our stakeholders to come and do that. So that, again, we're just going to make a lot of plans and making sure that we're going to keep up with this growth for the future. And so I wanted to make sure I showed you all that to be able to know what's coming in. All right. So just the last couple of things from me, guys. Let me update everybody on the superintendent search. Many of you have already been involved in the superintendent search. The search firm, Leeser Crass, Mike Leeser and Rhonda Crass have been crisscrossing the district, and they have been meeting with community groups and teacher groups and students, and they're providing they're going to provide the Board of Trustees some great guidance as to the leadership profile, the professional characteristics, the personal characteristics that you want to see in the next superintendent. So everything is going right as planned. The board will come back from Christmas break, and they will start, of course, advertise the job. They will select the applicants who are going to be interviewed. And then probably around spring break to 1st of April, they will actually name a lone finalist. The law in the state of Texas is school boards have to name what they call a lone finalist, and then you have to wait 3 weeks. You have to wait 21 days before that lone finalist can actually sign a contract to become the new superintendent. It just gives it gives 3 weeks for the community to be able to vet that candidate. It gives 3 weeks for the candidate to vet the communities to make sure it's just the right fit. And then the board would like to hire a new superintendent the very 1st of May and have that person under contract to be able to do that. And within all that time, that person, he or she, I'll be supporting that person just as much as possible, transitioning the leadership role to them, and just introducing them to our communities, to our campuses, and everything like that. Just doing what they need me to do to be able to do that. So as I said, your input is very much needed. Lisa Crass is going to have 2 different opportunities for community input for the superintendent search. There will be an in-person search, and Angela, Michael, do we know yet where the in-person meeting is going to be yet?
I'm sorry, I do not have that at my fingertips, but I'll work on it.
Okay, work on that. If we already know, we'll give that out here in just a second. And then there's going to be a Zoom. We know a lot of folks are busy this time of year, and especially first of the new year. So they're going to have a Zoom meeting, and we'll get that information out to everybody to be able to do that. Okay, finally, let's give a COVID update. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be more proud of how everyone has handled themselves this first semester. Guys, we've been dealing with COVID way too long, and we all know that. We're very weary and wary of COVID, but everything that we have asked you to do to take care of each other, to take care of yourself, each other, staff, the kids, everything like that is working. Everything that you have been doing, we tried to go into the school year as close to quote unquote normal as possible. So guys, at any one school day, we have about 31,000 souls in our schools. 31,000 students and adults walk around our schools every day. So out of 31,000 folks, we have 37. As of this morning, we had 37 active COVID cases, and so that was we're very proud of that fact that we have such a low. I mean, that's like 1.1 of 1% of total COVID cases. So we just need you to keep doing what you're doing. Keep being very vigilant of keeping your children safe, keeping yourself safe, and we're gonna get through this. So there's one what I would call a more major change to our protocols. We pretty much again have been living life as normal, just asking people to monitor themselves, to make sure that we're reporting those COVID cases. Everybody's been doing a great job. The one thing that we did do a little bit differently this first semester is we didn't allow school dances. We just didn't think this first semester was just a smart thing to do. That was a decision that we made very early on, that we weren't going to sponsor school dances this fall just to see how everything went. All right. Because our numbers, and even in light of the new variant, and guys, we were probably going to be hearing about variants for the next 15 years, could be, but even in light of everything coming down, our numbers, we've got to make decisions on what our numbers are now. And because they're so good, we need the kids to experience more normalcy this second semester. So in the spring, we're going to allow school dances. I gave an interview to our NISD TV crew this morning. All those folks who are involved in planning for the prom, please, full speed ahead. We feel we're going to have an absolutely normal situation to sponsor school dances again, to sponsor the prom again. And then for all of our seniors, all the families of our seniors, we're planning for a normal graduation ceremonies. Of course, Steele will graduate in one of our PDCs, probably Northwest High School PDC, and then Eaton and Byron and Northwest High School will graduate at North Texas Coliseum. And we are planning for the normal things on that. So we're very excited to be able to do that. And again, we always reserve the right to go back to stricter measures if need be, but I think if everybody keeps doing what they're doing, I think we're going to still see those numbers, mainly because we've got weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of data showing that we're okay right now. So please do so. All right, last thing, guys, every single person who gave to NISD Angel Tree Project, you did such a phenomenal job. Special thank you to all those who worked it. Carrie Ann Jones and the crews that were involved every day of getting and organizing all those things. Folks, 1,229 students were served. And guys, that doesn't happen everywhere. It really doesn't. But look at that. Over 1,200 kids are going to get Christmases where they may not have before that. If that was not in place, if our Angel Tree Project was not in place, those kids may not have had a Christmas. And so more than 1,200 kids are going to get presents this year because of 50 volunteers who are working it and 716 donors. And look at that number, $185,000 estimated value of the donations. Guys, that's just the specialness of who we are. That's just the specialness of our district. And it goes back to our very first belief is that we're going to keep kids first. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. Okay, so that is our update for tonight. So let's do some questions if we have any. Angela, do we have any questions right now?
We actually have just a few tonight.
Okay, let's have them.
All right. With the new financial stability, will programs that were previously cut, such as AVID, be reinstated?
Can't give you a definitive yes or no right now. We're gonna start working on our budget. We've already started working on the financial side of the budget, but when we start looking at we've got priorities. Those projects, those programs that we did cut will actually absolutely be on the list to analyze again. The first priority and I'll tell you the first two big priorities that we're going to have is number one, our salaries for our staff. We've gone a couple of years where we just could not because of the funding issues and everything like that, and I can gripe about the state as long as you want me to, but we've not been able to provide our staff the salary increases that we needed to. So that's the number one priority that we have is we're probably going to have a multi-year, again, because, we were disciplined enough to make the decisions when we needed to, and then the influx of students, which is a huge driver in the finance system for the revenue that we're going to get. We're going to probably have a multi-year push to get salaries to what we feel are the levels that we need to them to show our appreciation for our wonderful teachers and all the support staff in the district. So that's number one. Number two is class sizes. We're going to make sure that all of our teachers have the very best chance of success with class sizes. So it's starting, and we usually start on the younger end, especially our primary. Kindergarten, first, second grade, we're going to make sure that we have great class sizes where the teachers can be sure to be successful with them. Then we're going to bring into the conversation those programs that we either had to cut back on or eliminate completely. We already started, AVID is one of those that we will have a conversation about. Again, can't promise you anything yes or no right now, but I will keep you apprised throughout the spring when we do make decisions on those, and you'll hear very quickly. Great question.
All right. One about substitute teachers. Will there be any changes to help retain substitute teachers within the district? Because there's currently a shortage.
That's a great question. Our HR department is always, and guys, this is not even an issue caused by COVID. I mean, if you look at other school districts around the state, the nation, There have never been enough folks. We call them, you call it the old days, we call them substitute teachers, but we call them guest educators because they do come in and act as our educators for when we need them. And I cannot say enough about the crew that we have. They do such a phenomenal job. So our HR department, but even going back pre-COVID, we still had challenges in making sure we had enough folks taking those jobs and everything like that. So we are always looking for new ways. The guest educators will be involved in that discussion of salaries and making sure that we're paying them appropriately as well. And so we're going to continue to look for ways to bring them in, show appreciation for them, so they'll continue to take those jobs when any of our teachers need to be out. Great question.
Okay, and then a couple of questions about next school year's calendar. Do we know when the next school year's calendar will be coming out?
Very bright lady named Stephanie Espinosa, Dr. Espinosa, who is she's in our C&I department with Dr. Griffin. She will, I believe, Michael, we have planned, she will actually introduce the calendar for next year at the first January board meeting. And that would be January the 10th,
I believe.
Is that right? So if you would like to come to the board meeting, or if you want to watch it on video later, Stephanie will. We're going. The way we do the calendar is we first talk about it to our internal district leadership committee. We have teachers and parents and community members on what we call the DEIC, and so we have already talked to them about that. Stephanie is going to introduce it to our board. If you remember this last couple of years, we actually adopted a calendar in a 2-year stint. A lot of people like that, so we're going to ask the board's guidance if they want to do that again. But probably either the second meeting, which I believe is the 24th, January the 24th, or the first February meeting, we will have our calendars adopted. That's our goal. There'll be opportunities for you to vote on, we usually bring about 2 or even 3 different calendars to the committee and to our parents and stakeholders to vote on. So be looking for that, and you can vote on it right off our website. And so that should be done within the next month. Great
All
question.
right. I think as you were discussing our growth, someone made a comment to work with our surrounding cities to help and request arterial road improvements. Do you want to comment on that?
That's great. Guys, we still, and we've been talking about this as long as I've been here, we've been talking about this for the last 6 years. We have so many families coming in, and we love them to come in. We love them coming in and being a part of us. The one thing that we have constant communication with all 14, in Northwest ISD, we serve 14 different communities and 3 different counties, because a lot of that is the county side and a lot of that is the state side, even with TxDOT. We need to continue, and both from a leadership point of view in the school district, but you individually as a taxpayer, as a family member of the district, as a citizen of the district, we need to keep the pressure on our leaders to understand that, especially on the state side. A lot of the roads around us are state projects or county projects. We need to keep the pressure on to get the infrastructure in place to serve that many families. If we're closing on more than almost 4,000 homes a year, we've got to have roads around there to get everywhere we need to. And you look at a map of the Metroplex, and you go everything that's east of I-35W, it's all gridded out. You have a really good way to get anywhere. You go to us, where we are west of I-35W, and we're not there yet, and they've got to understand how much growth we're having, and we've got to keep the pressure on and the communication flowing as to our needs in that. Okay.
Just one other follow-up question
Okay.
to the school calendar.
Right.
Are the school days changing, such as Fridays off for professional development?
That we don't know yet. Guys, what we usually do, unless there's some really, really great idea to change, we usually just roll over. Michael, am I saying that right? I mean, we usually just roll over one year to another. Some of the dates may change, like the state calendar, the state testing calendar might influence our calendar when the state is going to test our kids and things like that. But what we have found is most of our parents really, really do like, a lot of our staff really do like the calendar we've been following. what we have heard more than anything else during the calendar creation process is we want to end the first semester before Christmas break. That's important to our families. Some districts don't, but our families has always said we would rather not have to worry about coming in, and staff have too, closing the first semester after you've been off for 2 weeks. So we've always try to end the first semester before the break. We've really enjoyed having the 5 days off for Thanksgiving. We've enjoyed having the family time now for our holiday break, for our Christmas break, and then having a traditional spring break. So really all those things that are drivers of the thing. And then again, the testing calendar from the state of Texas, that's kind of what all drives what our decision is. So our first rendition of this calendar, you'll probably recognize it. It'll probably be a lot like we've done for the last 2 years. And then if we get comments that we need to change something, if we get enough of those comments that we need to look at something, either from the staff perspective or from the parent perspective, we'll absolutely look at it before we take the final recommendation to the board. So just stay engaged on that. Like I said, if you have questions about that, just keep checking the website. We'll start posting the different plans on the website, and then you'll be able to chime in on that with your vote on that. So good, very good questions. All right, folks. Very important from me to you, and really being very, very respectful to what your family beliefs are. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas break. Have a wonderful holiday break, and if you don't celebrate the holidays, just have a wonderful time off with your families. Have time. I mean, I try not to get too preachy on this, especially with your own private lives, but try to get some rest, folks. Kids need rest right now. Our staff definitely needs rest right now. Our classroom teachers have done such a phenomenal job. And so take these next couple of weeks, have as much time with your families as you can. And because when we get back, it's going to be full steam ahead. We're still working through what we call that academic slide that we've experienced over the last couple of years, because our kids have had such different experiences, our teachers, our staff, everybody has had such different experiences of doing school. And so just please make sure that you get a lot of rest, and what expression do you always use, Michael? Fill your bucket?
Yes.
Is that right? You make sure you fill your bucket up, because we think we're busy in the fall until spring rolls around, and then it's full steam ahead in the spring. And just know how much we appreciate you. We've got so many challenges, as we've said. The growth statistics really did come up we were just kind of smiling at each other, because that means that we're doing some right things in the district, because folks want to, in the Metroplex, you can live anywhere and you can go to school anywhere. And we have more times than not, we have more people coming to Northwest. And that's a tribute to our children. That's a tribute to our teachers, our staff, and to our families, the folks who are already here, because you have created this air about us that we do try to put kids first every time. A lot of times we're successful, sometimes we're not, but we do our best for what's best for children, and we appreciate you holding us to that stance, and holding us to that bar. Have a wonderful break. Be safe. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you again in January. Thank you.